Hello, welcome back. Here we are, Technique Tuesday once again. And as promised, we are doing embossing folders 101. So if you want to go grab your catalog, the embossing folders are located on page 109. I'm going to run through the types here, and I only grabbed the ones from the catalog. I did not grab any of the online exclusives, because we're keeping it really basic today, and we're just gonna go over what they are, what they do, and the types that they are, okay? And the sizes that they come in. So let's get started. So this first one is a 6x6. This is called Damask Designs, and here it is right here in the catalog. It is 6x6, and it's $9.50, and it's a skinny one, okay? See how thin that is? And so here's our turtle textures. And this one is 4.5 by 6.25, and it's a skinny guy too, okay? So that's one kind. They're just regular embossing folders. Lots of companies sell these, but this is what Stampin' Ups look like, okay? And then the next ones are the 3D embossing folders. These are a little bit thicker. You can hear that, it's a little bit thicker than this, okay? So when I turn it to the side, you can see that they're a little bit thicker. And again, here's the eyelet one right here. It's $10, and it is your standard size, 4.5 by 6.25. And then look at this beauty. Oh my goodness. When this came out last year, I was so excited. It's like magical, and it's huge, and you can put 2 pieces of paper in there if you want, or just one, or one giant piece, or you can, like, I made a scrapbook page. I put almost the whole scrapbook page in there. It was awesome. It just turned out so fun. It just gives it a little something, something. So anyways, this one here, this is a 3D one as well, and it's $12, and it measures 6 by 8.5. So this is our new magical collection. And then this other type we have here, this is a hybrid. So hybrid embossing folders, you can put the actual die cuts inside the embossing folder. You run it through, and it cuts out the pieces. So this one here cuts out all these little greetings. I don't have this one, but I have something similar. It's retired now, but I have the beautiful butterflies. And what's really cool is you can put the butterfly die cut in there, and you can see it's got some paper residue. Not a big deal. It's not gonna mess up your projects or anything. You just put the die cut in there, and it cuts out the butterfly, and it embosses it at the same time. Beautiful. Or you can just use the embossing folder as you wish, as a background, and you don't have to put the die cuts in there. And this is a 3D one as well, okay? So you're probably going, well, those are fine and dandy, Sherry, but how do I use it? Okay, so let's turn back to page 80 and go to the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. It's right here. Here's the big one. There is a smaller one. I didn't pull that one out. We're just gonna go over the big one, the big guy here. This one I use more than anything else. It is my favorite machine. Lots of people ask me if I have a Cricut, and I always say no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut out pieces of paper. I want to use my embossing machine, because not only does it emboss, it also cuts out. So anyway, it's on page 80, and it comes with everything that you need for the jobs over here, for all of these jobs that we're talking about, okay? So I'm going to go over the machine. I'm going to go over the cutting plates, or the plates that you're going to need to do these projects, okay? So I'm gonna get this out of the way, and I'm gonna bring in the machine. That's right here. A little heavy, okay? Pretty sturdy, with a big platform here, and you got the handle for turning. And then let's go over the plates that come with it. This all comes together, okay? I'm gonna move this out of the way so I can show you the plates. So you have your standard plate, okay? This goes on the bottom, standard plate, okay? Then you've got your plate number 2 for using die cuts. Okay, fantastic. We're not gonna need that today, so we'll put that aside. Then you've got this plates 3, number 3, and that's for making your sandwich or for using for die cuts. And then plate number 4 is for the big guy embossing folders, for these big fellas. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to use it, okay? So I have to stand up. I'm a stander with this, and because it takes some elbow grease. So we're gonna put the standard plate in here, okay? Then we're gonna take our skinny guy. Let's do our turtle. Okay, so we're gonna take our turtle. We're gonna put the paper in, just like so. Okay, just like that. Okay, I cannot stress this enough, people. Fold first. Fold first. Repeat after me. Fold first. Okay, now we're gonna make our sandwich. Okay, so we got our base here. We're gonna put on our mustard here. Okay, and put a little bit of mustard down there. We're gonna put in our meat, okay? And then we're gonna grab our top bread here, number 3, and we're gonna go ahead and run it through, okay? So you always wanna use two of the 3 plates, 2 of the 3 for just a skinny embossing folder. You're gonna feed it in there, okay? Then you're gonna hold on to the handle for stability and you're just gonna roll it. And you can see the table shaking because you got to use some elbow grease. Everything's fine, don't worry. It's a little bit of elbow grease. We're done, okay? Simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And there we go. You see that? You see that texture on there? So this is embossing here on the top, but if we turn it over, it's called debossing. And we'll go over that in another episode. I think we're gonna go do a whole series on this. So that's your skinny guy, okay? So do you want to see the 6x6? We'll go ahead and do that one as well. So we're just going to put the paper in here. Okay. And we're going to turn her around. We're going to shove this back through here. So we've got our base plate. We've got our mayonnaise here, or mustard. Okay. We're going to put this down. That's our meat. And then we're going to put number 3 on the top again for our bread. And we're just going to give it a little tug in there, and we're gonna pull it through, okay? Oh, and my handle just broke. Oh, no, there we go. Just came a little bit loose. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So nice. Gives your cards a little extra touch, okay? So now, let's go over the other one. Okay, so now we're gonna use one of the 3D embossing ones. We'll go ahead and do the eyelet. We'll put in a nice pretty pink piece of paper here. And we're just gonna put this here. Okay, and those other plates, number 3, we don't need these, we're putting these away, okay? Don't need those. You need plate number 4, this fella here. You can see mine's kind of worn, kind of dirty. So anyway, because it gets loved on. So we're gonna put this down here, just like that. We're gonna put it here. We're gonna hold on. There we go. See, look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's gorgeous. So easy, so fun. Okay, now let's do the big guy. Okay, so we're just gonna put this back on the other side again. And here's our big fella. We'll do a nice big piece of paper here. Okay, open him up. Paper in there, just like that. And then we're just gonna put it here. Fold first, remember? Repeat after me. Fold first. Sing it with me. La 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 la. Fold first, fold first. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. Put this on top, number 4. Making our sandwich. Putting our fix-ins. There we go. Just gonna roll it on through. Okay. And there we go. Now look at that. Isn't that magical? It's huge. So you can make all kinds of projects with this. So fun. All right. And now let's do the hybrid. So let me get that. Okay. So you see that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this out of the way while we load it. So I'm going to put this down here. And we're going to take this big die here. And with these hybrids, what's nice is they're kind of, see how it just kind of sits in there? You don't have to tape it. You don't have to do anything. And then what you do is you take your paper. We're just going to cover it. Okay, and it's going to stay put. See, it's staying put in there. Okay, now fold first, right? Fold first, fold first. Now remember, when you go to somebody's house and you're doing a class and you're not sure how to use the embossing machine, always ask, because I'm going to show you what happens when you put it in the wrong way. It warps it. It warps it pretty good. All right, so now we're just running this through here. And let me show you. So exciting. Look at this. Look, look, look. Okay, so what's cool, I'll show you in a minute because I'm too excited. Okay, here, let me, it's out of the way. Look at, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. You could even rub some color on there. I mean, we're gonna do all kinds of things. I have so many ideas to show you guys with embossing folders, but check this out. So what's my motto? We never throw anything away. So you could use this edge here. You could cut this out, fussy cut it, or, you know, you could send it to its great reward, the trash can. But that's how you use the hybrid embossing. Okay, so let me show you. I wanted to show you guys that you can use the hybrid without necessarily having to have the die cut in there. So say you just want a bunch of butterflies for a card you're gonna make, and maybe you don't want that quite as the focal part, so you can put it up here. Okay, fold first, right? Repeat after me, my people. What is it? Fold first. Okay, fold first. Okay, we're gonna put it in there, and we're just gonna run it through. And it's not gonna cut anything, it's just gonna give us that nice, beautiful butterfly imagery, okay? So like the one in the catalog, you could just do the words and then just put like a big card with words. See? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what happens to the embossing folders when you don't put them in the machine correctly. This is the plaster painting embossing folder. See right there how it's warped? So what happens when you don't put it in fold first, it gets warped. I've already tried to use the heat gun to make it so it's not like this. I mean, it'll still work. I'll show you guys. I'll put the paper here at the end, but it's just a bummer, you know? So it's important that you use things right sometimes. Fold first, right? Fold first. That you use things right sometimes so that you don't damage your things. Because, you know, when we have this kind of hobby, we all know it's not an inexpensive hobby. So you want to make sure that you keep your things nice. And that way, they will last a long time. So even though it's warped, it still works, okay? It's not broken. It's kind of unsightly, that's all. And it doesn't fit as well in a drawer. But you can see it still gives you that beautiful, beautiful embossed image. So anyway, that, my kids, is Embossing 101. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. And I hope this is a good thing that you guys will enjoy using, because there's so much you can do with embossing folders. We're just scratching the surface today. I'm telling you, I have so many ideas in my head to show you guys what you can do with your embossing folders. So tune in next week. I think we'll do Embossing Folders 102. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.